What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Eclectic Beard. So it's been a minute since I've done one of these, but put it out there to the community. Should I get Ardbeg, Lafroig, or Talisker? Overwhelmingly, I got Talisker as a response. So I go to the liquor store that I can get to before everything kind of closes, because here, 7 o'clock, no more alcohol, at least not from the liquor store. So I looked, and I wasn't paying $75 for Lafroig. That's not happening, because I know I can get it at least $10 cheaper at the bottle store that I normally go to. So I was like, I'll just wait and I'll get that next month. That'll be my purchase next month for alcohol. I'll go get that. So I was like, well, didn't have no Talisker whatsoever. I was like, daggone. Well, they do have Ardbeg. Now, the one they have, they had the tin. And they had one, but, I'm an American. Fancy looking stuff, or, sparkly stuff, or just different looking stuff. We're like, ooh, and we buy. And this was one of those buys. I say that they were out of the tin. So, but they did have this, which was the last one on the shelf. I've got that Ardbeg An Oa. And I did take a look to see what the pronunciation was. So I know it is An Oa, and it's at the local body of water that they take and actually pull from for the whiskey, if I'm not mistaken. Really? Well, didn't make you work at getting this one. That's pretty cool, though. Got the little... You could actually use it to put some wood chips in to smoke. Really? Another one of these things? Jesus. Alright. Yep, the barbecue smoker. So that's the I guess that's what kind of thing they're doing for the packaging. And see what kind of prompted all this. Now I've got Highland Park 12 and I've got the Lagavulin 8. I'd love to try the 16, but I need to get used to the 8 first. There's that coppery phenolic type note that's right after you take and sip, before you swallow down, right there in the middle. You got that phenolic kind of like rubbery, band-aidy, copper metallic type taste that just takes some getting used to. It's not bad, but it's, So, and I know that's the thing with a lot of these, or with some of these scotches. And I was told this one's Ardbeg 10 can be medicinal, so I'm hoping that's not exactly the case. But then again, it's not a flavor that I'm not exactly acquainted with. It's just one I'm trying to get used to. The smoke in the Highlando and the Lagavulin, that smoke just kind of like, because I really haven't had much alcohol for like the last 3.5-4 months, and I did the outside vlog with the fire and had the Lagavulin, and it was just like, man, that smokiness it's different, because they're just now doing single malt stuff over here, where they're actually using mesquites or even importing peat from over there in Scotland to smoke the malt. So it's not something we're acquainted with over here. Bourbons and whiskeys, which gives you cherry, vanilla, some brown sugar notes, and an oakiness in the back end. The depth of flavor that you get with scotches, for me, is what kind of does it. But that smoke gives a whole new kind of like, Try not to pour too much of it. Kind of looks like urine that's been sitting at the bottom of the toilet bowl, don't it?
It just looks like it tastes nasty.
The wife does not like scotch. She doesn't like most mud. Wife is a vodka person, so she likes something that she can put it into to carry, because vodka's not supposed to really have a flavor. So she wants to take and give something that has flavor that she already likes, just put alcohol in it, without taking away from the flavor. Whereas bourbons, whiskey, American whiskeys, scotches, Irish whiskeys, like basically rums, anything other than vodka, it carries its own flavor. And I think that's kind of the draw. Can give it a nice little swirl, like we're
Fancy.
yeah, fancy and dignified in her.
Lord knows, don't use no paper plates. Somebody will say something.
You get smoke. You get like a metallic type, almost. Yeah, like a metallic type nose on the nose. A bit of the malt. Like it's a hint of light sweetness in there. Like, but you get the smoke but the smoke and metallic type smell to it up front. At least for me, I did. One of the things I've also noticed with scotches, you take and pour, like, I pour this much, take my sip, set it down, let it breathe a little bit, take another sip, set it back down, let it breathe a little bit. I take and pick out stuff individually, pick out something new just about every time I do that. So, going ahead and, damn, the legs on this shit. This is more complex than the Lagavulin 8. The oil on this coat your mouth film. The film you can just about see once it settles for a second. The taste on this, you get almost charcoal up front, and you take and get like a salty iodine type flavor, but you also take and get, there's some sweetness in there, and I'm trying to pick out the sweet flavors because it's having those two things up front and then also tasting sweetness in it, and then you swallow and it's like you swallowed, like if you took and dropped a hot charcoal ember into like a fudge or a caramel or just some sweet stuff, and you kind of picked it up and threw it out and still ate the sweet stuff up underneath, you would take and get that singed type flavor. You'd have that singed flavor within it. You'd still have that charcoal type flavor. You get that, for me, that ashiness, almost like if you accidentally ash a cigar.
Ew.
But it's like you freshly just taken a pull and, oh crap, into your drink, or you don't notice it, then you take a drink, you get the ashiness, not like it's, but it's, I don't know how to take and explain this. Like this is Scotch is unlike anything I've ever had, just due to the depth of the flavors, trying to pick stuff out. It's almost like you got some. I don't know how to explain this. Come try this. Small sip.
Well, it's not going to be a big fucking sip. I can already tell you that. I don't like that stuff, so. That is nasty.
She's not a fan.
No.
Can't tell she's not a fan.
It tastes like fucking chlorine from a pool. It tastes like you dipped it into pool water that was just chlorinated, and you just was like, let's drink that shit.
So you don't taste any smoke, any char. You don't taste it. You didn't get any sweetness in it at all.
I taste sweet pool water.
Sweet pool water. There we go, folks. I'm drinking sweet pool water. That's the color. That's the color of piss. You didn't get no smokiness on it.
No, I got nastiness on it.
You get a little hint of the smoke up front. I think you get more of it after you swallow, or as you're swallowing it down. And you got the lingering oil on your tongue as you're taking kind of. All right. That's where you get some of the sweetness as well.
That's nasty.
So, this is going to be one of those ones that it's kind of like I'm done with all the scotches so far. Outside of like Glenlivet and, yeah, pretty much since I got the Glenlivet. That's the only one I haven't really pumped the brakes on. That one I actually have stopped only after I got Glenmorangie and Lagavulin and Highland Park. This has almost got, man, I'm getting like it's almost like a fatty type flavor in this. I don't know what to take and how to describe this. It is so unique. At least for me. But I'm getting, it's after I take and swallow, because you get some of it on the tongue, but it's not, at least at the moment, not ever present. But I'm getting sweetness after I've swallowed and it sits for a minute. But you get the ashiness, the ashy, and then some sweetness as well on the tongue. It's such a wild like mixture. This is one of those ones I'm going to sit on for a bit. I'll probably have another bit of this tonight. Which, let me see what it's sitting at for alcohol. I think it's 46.6. So I'll probably actually let this breathe a little bit and then take and drink more of it. Or finish this and then be done with it. And I'll probably take and give it a week or two, maybe. Probably let it breathe some. Maybe even a month. Take and let it breathe some. Since the bottle's been open, let it breathe some. And then try it again. I'm so intrigued just because the flavors that I have been able to pick out. This is definitely, I already like this more than Lagavulin. Already. Just because you do have the metallic and phenolic type note, but it's so quick. Like, it's quick. It's... Man, that's such an interesting... Dude. So I'm going to leave it at that. Like, this is one of those ones that we'll revisit this in a couple months. After I've been able to take and pick more on it. And everything like that. Thoroughly enjoyed this so far, though. It's one that's definitely going to have me sitting, sipping, breathe, put it away. Sit, sip, breathe, and then put it away until I get a better understanding of it on the palate. I like what I've tasted. My God, that is so unique. Y'all be good to each other. Love yourselves. Peace.